Hi, my name is Victoria Goins, and my final presentation is on fast fashion. Fast fashion, by definition, is the mass production of clothing and goods in order to keep up with the latest trends. I feel as if fast fashion is such a prominent issue in today's society because of the large presence it has in the media. Fast fashion today has completely taken over the online shopping experience, and fast fashion companies are starting to pop up everywhere. In my presentation and in my overall issues selection paper this semester, I wanted to just bring awareness to the issue and just bring awareness to the problems and advantages that fast fashion gives to the world as a whole. I feel as if fast fashion has its advantages and disadvantages, and in my presentation and in my paper this semester, I just wanted to point out those things that I thought were important. This semester, for my cultural aspects, I chose sweatshops and culture appropriation. Both of these topics are very prominent in the fashion industry and fast fashion, and I felt as if this was my time to bring light to the issues. I felt as if culture appropriation and sweatshops were both two examples of topics in the fashion industry and fast fashion that a lot of people didn't know about. And I felt as if sweatshops in particular needed to be brought to life, as it is a very dangerous issue and not a lot of people knew about it. Sweatshops are a building or a production site where more than two labor laws are broken, and fast fashion is definitely a wheelhouse for so many sweatshops, and not a lot of people knew about it. And I felt as if somebody, me being that person, should definitely bring that. Okay, for my economic aspects, I chose the revenue that fast fashion and the fashion industry brings in, and I also chose employment. For these two aspects, I felt as if they're very important because the fashion industry as a whole brings in so much money to the world every year that it's become one of the largest institutes and sources of money in ever existence. And I also chose employment because although fast fashion is the home of sweatshops and underpaid labor, it brings so many jobs to the world, and the United States included. The fashion industry just brings in so much money to where people often overlook the disadvantages and the problems that are sourced from the fashion industry as a whole. And I felt as if revenue and employment were just the top tier of problems. Lastly, I want to talk about my political aspects. Fast fashion and politics don't necessarily always go together, but I digress. Politics and fashion often do go together because of laws and regulations that continuously are put in place to where fast fashion companies can still run. In places like Bangladesh, where the sweatshops for fast fashion companies are mostly held, continuously have laws placed to where the sweatshops can continuously work. These laws and regulations are placed to where the company owners don't get in trouble for anything that happens, or don't get in trouble for the conditions that they put their workers under, or the very much underpaid workers to just sit there and do their work. And I felt as if this should have been brought to light, and I'm glad that I got a platform as my paper and presentation. So for my final remarks, I just want to say how much I love this class and how much I love Dr. B as a person and a professor. I loved learning in this class and learning about so many political issues and so many countries that I didn't know were actually connected by more than politics, but actually by culture. I want to say how much I loved talking to Dr. B and talking mostly about the election this year and how she's so passionate about what she loves. I loved learning about the cultures of different places that she's been and learning about just culture in general for so many different places and how politics doesn't always tie them together. I loved learning so many new things that I didn't even think were a thing, or learning things that I knew I had to learn but didn't know that there would be so much to learn and how fun it would be. This class is amazing, and I'm so glad that I was in it this semester. Thank you.